I'm not sure what happened to the sound when I was using my GoPro video.
Go ahead.
With that said, I'll do my best to narrate. We were walking through Hungry Man. I'm sorry, Hungry Land Preserve. I enjoy her walks and she loves going for car rides. So today, since it was a cold, comfortable 70 degrees and breezy, we decided to go for a walk, or as Delilah walkies, and walk in the woods.
Come on, open your door.
We walked the Bella third to about a half. A mile down the road, maybe a little bit longer, give or take. And Lala did very well. She did well walking further than what we normally take her for a walk, but then again, it was a cool windy day on the way back. You'll see that she was barking. We are not sure where she barked at, but we saw something and showed the standard ground and bark at whatever it was. And that particular area there are alligators, so we're thinking, my son and she are thinking that maybe she spotted something move, heard something move, smelled something, or maybe a combination of all above. So when we are in this particular area, there is wildlife there, so we always have some sort of protection. Not only for us, but for her ourselves and for her as well. She is wearing her harness and she is remaining leashed during our time on this trail. Not only for our wildlife that may pass or cross our path, before her safety as well. As you can see, she is harnessed so she's not pulling against her collar as she can choke herself out. And she is remaining leashed during our time on this trail. Not only for the safety of the wildlife, before the safety of her as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll figure out what's going on with my sound during the next video, when I'm using my GoPro again.
We are on a walkie adventure with Ed, starring Miss Delilah. She was so excited. We are at her favorite spot. She's smelling smells. Hi, my fine feather friends. We are at Hungry Land doing walkies with Miss Delilah. Figure it was a nice cool day, kind of breezy. We won't go too far, we usually don't. But she was overdue for another walkie, so I figured I'll bring y'all along. And if you remember from the last video, all through here is kind of mucky. I got her water. Let me catch up to the group up here. She is leashed for her safety. Very breezy today. She's smelling smells. Lila. smelling all kind of smells. Let's go over here for a moment because she is doing her business. Looks like a hog print, maybe? I don't know. Did that feel good? You can go as far as down as you like it. She gets so excited every time we come out here. Figured it was something to do. I was getting a little bored in the house, so figured I'll do a little jaunt at one of our favorite spots and wear Delilah out a little bit. Sometimes there's gators alongside there, which is the other reason why Delilah is leashed, for her protection and her safety. And yes, those are gunshots you're hearing in the background. There's a Palm Beach County shooting range not too far behind us. Last time Eddie and I, or maybe it was one of the times before, Eddie did spot a deer out in the distance. She's just curious with all the smells here. Very, very breezy out here today. Not sure what kind of print that is. Come on, Lila. But I figured since it was a cool day and breezy, it'd be a good time to take her out for a little bit of a walkie, because this particular area is in full sun, as you can probably see. So there's that. So, and this trail leads into the Corbett area. Some of it does go to the John Dickinson Trail. Look at that bird. A couple of them.
Did you grab a water for her?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I want to get some water.
Okay. Hold on, my peeps. Water time. Switch back to the GoPro because I inadvertently cut my life off a little bit sooner than I preferred. So I'm going to fix that while we are talking. Let's see. So yeah, she gets so excited when we're doing these. Fixing to go again. How I managed to inadvertently turn it off, I have no clue, but it is what it is. Like I said, I don't know how much further we brought down. I brought 2 bottles of water. I think the last time we came through here, there was something Eddie wanted to check out. So, we'll see. But I'm probably gonna close my live off my phone and focus with just a GoPro. And that way I can also keep my eyes open for things. So let me do that. And I'll see you all on the other. Stay tuned for the GoPro videos. More markers. I don't know if we can fish in there. Did you want to keep going or did you want to turn around? Or I can go back with her if you wanted to go exploring.
I can take her back. I think she's about done. I don't know if I want to keep fishing her, so I know it's going to be a bit on the way back.
Okay. Alright, more trucks. Like I said, I can take her back if you want.
Okay.
But we're good. We decided we're going to head back.
So I think not much further past, I believe past that tree.
Right.
The red with the signs. I don't know if you can see what you're seeing.
Yeah, I can see it.
I think a little bit past that is where the farther turn and then trying to go that way.
Yeah. So I don't know how well you all can see it, but there's a sign where that marker is, where the orange marker is, and it's probably where the Florida Trail goes. But we're gonna turn back. Yeah, that way Delilah doesn't get too tuckered out.
Other than that, she's doing pretty good. The spot further, I think we pushed her in a lot.
Yeah, I would say we walked a good third, maybe half mile with her, and she's doing pretty good. I gave her water twice. So her endurance is building up. She's going to be wiped out when we get home. More tracks. Those are either horses or hog. I'm not sure. Also on this side, you cannot hunt the wildlife on this side. Like I said, I don't know about fishing.
No.
Come on, Lila. She's growling at something over there.
Come on.
Could be a gator or an animal, I don't know. And yes, I did bring protection.
It looked like the top right there. Come up out.
Okay.
I didn't see anything or just down there. It looked like there was a little.
Right, Eddie thinks he might have spotted a gator, but he's not 100% sure.
No, I was saying that's not the spot where they come up out a lot.
Yeah. My mistake. Eddie said it looked like a spot where a gator could have been. More tracks, probably a deer running. But yeah, we've walked, at a guess, I'm gonna say we walked about a third, maybe a half a mile with her, so that's good. Her endurance is building up, and it's not too hot today. So maybe tomorrow or next week sometime, where Eddie and I will come up and check out that sign. So we'll see. But she got her walkies in the woods. You know, she's been craving for a car ride for a while. No bagels, no dumping, no hunting. I believe this is another trail here, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to look at the map again. But when we get home, she's gonna be wiped out. For an almost 2-year-old baby. Or maybe she's at 2 years old. My daughter got her when she was a couple of weeks old. I think 6-8 weeks old. So she learned quite a bit over the past year, 2 years maybe. My daughter had her house broken in about 3 months. So unless she's not feeling good or it's your usual loose poop like us people get, she has had no accidents in the house. And when she gets excited, yeah. Okay. When she gets excited, she learned from ghosts to get her toy. Whenever you want to stop, we'll give her some more. Okay. No, that's fine. Okay. Yeah. Okay, hang on, my peeps. Hang on, baby.
I know that.
You're gonna be a lady, right? We have some other hikers probably coming down, so Eddie's gonna keep a good grip on her. Delilah, Delilah, hey. So we stopped in the shade. Oops, I'm sorry. We stopped in the shade to give her some more water. Okay, baby, we're gonna keep going. Okay, sweetheart, hang on. Pick up the GoPro, and we'll be on our way. If you want to go out into the grass, that's fine. And like I said, we have some hikers doing the same thing. They may be doing a through hike. I think I heard in one of my hiking groups we have some people doing that this weekend or this week. So let's see what her reaction is going to be. Lila?
No. No.
Hey, sit.
No.
Sit. Sit.
No.
Hi, how you all doing? You want to take her out that way so they can pass?
Delilah.
Hey. Excuse me, ma'am.
Delilah. Delilah. Delilah.
Alright, they're turning around. They may be going off to the side somewhere. I think they're just taking a stroll.
Delilah.
She's okay, ma'am. I think they're a little nervous. Lila was kind of growling. So I kind of feel bad, but Eddie's got her. So when we get to the car, we'll give us some more water. I'm walking in front of her for safety reasons. Eddie does have a good grip on her, and which is also why she's wearing the harness. Eddie's making her behave. I'm also not interfering with that, so that way I'm not confusing her with too many people trying to get her to refocus. And Eddie will call me if he needs me. As she's getting herself worked up. So you want me to stop to give her more water? We can.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna stop for a minute and give her some more water.
Delilah.
We're gonna stop here in the shade so she can get a drink. Yeah, I went to offer her more water, but she didn't want to drink. Eddie and I are thinking she was more focused on what them people were doing. Not exactly sure where they went. But yeah, obviously we're gonna have to give Delilah more focus training, being around people, more socializing around people. So that's next on the list of her training. Oh, they went that way. That's awesome. They didn't leave. Good. Personally, if I heard a dog growling and she's not obeying, I would walk the other way too. But more socialization training for Delilah. That's something my daughter and I are going to work on next. That way when we're on a trail and she's with us, we can walk by people and not worry. But yeah, every time we come through here, we do see a lot of deer tracks. A couple of months back, we did see some, or Eddie did, because he went a little further out than I did. He did see some deer. I think he saw like 2 or 3 or so. So there is wildlife out here in this section. Walking a little bit faster so I can catch up. But I think it'd be a good idea for us to get Delilah back to the car now. But she did good, like I keep saying. We did about a third, maybe a half a mile walk. Maybe a little bit longer, give or take. So that's good for her. She's gonna crash when we get home. I'm glad those people went down that other trail. At least we didn't interrupt their little stroll. And like I keep saying, it was a good day for this. So we're almost back where we came in. I'm not sure if that's hog or something else, but it looks pretty big. But it's beautiful out here. It's peaceful. The only thing is, when we get back to the road, closer to the road, that's when you're gonna hear more of the gunshots. Because, like I said, there's a shooting range not too far from here, which I believe I posted it in one of my other videos. Yeah, when we had Delilah out with us last. We're coming up on our turn. Yeah, she's tired. She's a happy girl. You happy, Lala? You gotta be more of a lady when people are coming by. Mommy and I are gonna have to work on that. Yeah, we're gonna have to work on that, Miss Thing. Yeah, maybe when it's cool out again, maybe Eddie and I would just come out here ourselves. Walk down to that sign. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna try to give her some more water when we get to the car, and then we'll bring her home. But she did good. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it here, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye. Okay, you all, we're back from our hike, walk, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. But just wanted to show you all, I did restock because I was running low. You know, put about 4 bottles or so, 4 bottles of water or so in my little basket. And then, because I try to keep this stock for when I'm doing that spur of the moment hike. So actually we have 5 bottles of water, and then 5 bottles of Gatorade, and then in this green, lime green, whatever we call it, this is the little dry bag I bring when we're taking Delilah with us, because it has our little collapsible water bowl. I had it for Ghost, and I'm kind of glad I didn't throw it out, because now I've been keeping it for when Delilah's with us. So on a norm, just so you all know, little hiking trip, backpacking trip, whatever, you know, unless you're camping down for the night because you're done, during your hike, try not to drink anything carbonated like soda, you know, or anything like that, because it could cause you to sweat and dehydrate more. So for me, what I'd like to bring, you know, is a couple of bottles of Gatorade, or any other sports drink for that matter, a couple of bottles of water. I keep them in my car. And then, like I said, I have 2 or 3 bottles of water in here. Actually, I can show you. And here we have 2 bottles of water, and a Gatorade, and 2 snacks, which I gotta re-up my snacks for this bag, for this particular bag. And then in here, this is empty. I haven't tried it out yet, but it is kind of comfortable, because it was one that I invested in for when I'm out kayaking or paddleboarding or hiking or whatever. I use this one a lot though, whether Delilah is with us or not. But yeah, so like I said, I keep the 2 bottles of water, sometimes 3, and 1 or 2 bottles of Gatorade, and some snacks. This basket, I gotta get a bigger one. I think I have one in my camper there. I'll look later. But this one I keep stocked. I think I have another one like this in my camper. I gotta look. But anyway, my little green basket here, I keep stocked with, like, as you see, the water, the Gatorade. My grandkids in here come steal my soda. And like I said, me personally, when I'm done, well, during my hike, my walks, whatever, out in the field, I personally don't drink soda during my hike, unless I'm going to be sitting down for a good 10-15 minutes, taking a break, or I'm at my campsite. Or if I'm doing a through hike, then I would, once I get to my campsite and I'm picked a spot for overnight, legal camp spots that is, then I might, you know, grab a soda during my dinner or whatever before I go to bed. And that will be that. So I just wanted to show you what I keep in my car. And being that was a wildlife preserve, if you go through my past videos, I believe you'll see a link in there, but I can always put one below. If you need that link, let me know, and I will post it. But this is what I keep in my car. And I try to keep this stock with at least at a minimum 2 bottles of water. Again, the everything I bring with me, especially when I'm doing a hike by myself, is I keep a whistle, some kind of signal light device in case I get hurt, or whatever. You're gonna want to not panic and stay put. And I also have a quick glimpse of one of my protection, but I also keep 2 walkie-talkies here within reach, and then I have 2 more in there, so that I'll bring 1, possibly 2 with me, so I can keep an ear out on the weather and stuff like that. The other thing I keep with me, because you never know when it's going to rain here in Florida. Sometimes they say no rain and then you get a downpour. Plus, I keep them in my car for when I do that spur of the moment kayaking. So, I have 1 cell phone dry bag here. And I thought I might have had another one back here, but I don't see it. And I will hook up a dry box or 2. To keep stuff I don't want getting wet. And what I like about this particular dry bag is it has its own little waterproof cell phone case. So that's pretty nifty, and it has your little belt loops here, little things like that. And there's a couple of ways you can attach it. Sometimes if I have a lot of room in my day pack, I'll pack a lunch if I'm going to be out for a couple of hours or doing an overnight thing, which I have not done that in years. The other thing I have, you won't be able to see, or maybe you will. I do have 2 walking sticks, and then I have some trekking poles with my 3-day pack. I might switch those to my day pack because I haven't done a 3-day hike in only God knows how long. But like I said, as far as drinks to keep you hydrated, because I usually go for a couple, like an hour or so, maybe a couple of hours. My main thing is obviously the water, Gatorade, and I just noticed I gotta re-up on snacks. So, and then I keep a first aid kit in the car, and then in my backpack, for when I'm using my backpack, and you can make your own, or sometimes you can buy these, but what I keep in my backpack is a small 1 to 2 person first aid kit. When Ghost was alive before she passed away, I had a doggy version of a backpack for dogs. Some of the same stuff, that I would have for people that are user-friendly for dogs as well. And then I forgot to show you the other thing that I keep is, and I check these about once a month or so, is I keep 2 headlamps in my car. Because sometimes my son comes with me, and it's been getting darker here in South Florida around 5:30, 6 o'clock. So I'll have 2 headlamps with me as well. And like I showed you my walkie-talkies. So those are the items I'd like to keep, for my comfort. And then I usually leave a map of where I'm going. The other thing I keep in my car that I take with me too is a big flashlight. So you got that one there. Press it again. You have this big one here. And it has a little hangy, I believe a hangy thing over here. And then if you press, so you got that red flasher. So that's kind of nifty. And I'll put that in my backpack. And as you see, I try to keep, and then my little e-reader, I try to keep my hiking essentials available and within reach, because sometimes, you know, I just need to reset my mind, and I like walking around out in nature like we did today with Delilah. Plus she needed to get out some excess energy, so I'll do that. And if I know, if it's at a time where I know it's going to start getting dark, like if, let's say I'll go out at 3-4 o'clock and I'm going to be out for a good hour and a half, it starts getting dark here around 5:30, I'll grab one of the headlamps and the flashlight. That way I'm not draining my battery. And I also keep a portable battery pack charger. So that way I can charge up my phone. And that's why I also keep the walkie-talkies with me. So in case I need to call for help or whatever, you can. And some people have asked me in the past, well, how do you call for help on a walkie-talkie? Now, my particular ones that I've showed you have reached a distance, range distance, with no trees or anything like that overhead, or not many trees overhead. A good mile, maybe mile and a half. My orange ones, I believe, are 26-mile range, supposedly. And the red ones is either 26 or 32. I gotta look it up again to be more accurate on that. But they do reach pretty far. Okay. So, as long as you don't have a lot of obstructions in your way to block any signals or whatever. I have used it in my car when I went with my friend's off-roading group and caravanning and things like that. One of my walkie-talkies is set to channel 19, which one of the truckers told me it's a trucker station. And I have conversed with a couple of them a few times when I'm going up to visit a friend in Ocala. But with all that said, what I was getting at is, like I said, people have asked me in the past, how are you going to call for help on a walkie-talkie? If I am not mistaken, the emergency channel on walkie-talkies, or at least the particular ones I use, is channel 9. And they're usually monitoring all the channels anyway. So when I'm out hiking, I'll keep one on, let's say, channel 2, so I can talk to other people. The other, I'll switch back and forth to mainly on channel 16, so I can hear the weather. And then if I need help, I'll put it on channel 9. Or sometimes I'll have it on channel 9, and I'll just listen to see if there's anybody nearby that might need help. Important thing about hiking, especially if you're by yourself, and even if you're with somebody else, go old school. Have a compass and a paper map, because your cell phone's can fail. Your battery can go dead. Anything can happen with your cell phone if you can't get a signal. Which my particular phone, I have a iPhone Pro Max 14, and I'll get the SOS, which if you go through back my video channels, my YouTube channels, videos I should say, you'll see where I showed I'll get the little satellite, and then I can call for an SOS that way via text message. But the importance of keeping a paper map, whether you're off-roading, hiking, whatever, you got that paper map in case something happens to your phone. There's a lot of times I would use old trails for my hiking adventures, but I have T-Mobile, and we have the T-Mobile Tuesday thing. I was able to get 1 year free of old trails instead of paying the $35 for the year. So I'm currently using the Old Trails, which you can download your maps, do live, connect with other hikers, things like that. But I cannot stress enough on a couple of things. One, have a compass with you. May sound silly, but I'm sure my avid hikers and thru hikers would agree with this. Have a compass with you. An old school compass. 2, have a paper map. Worrying about it getting wet? You put them in a Ziploc bag. It will keep it dry. Okay? 3, especially, more importantly, if you're by yourself, let your family member or members and a trusted friend know what route you're taking, whether it's just a day hike for an hour or two, couple of hours or a couple of days. Okay? Let them know what route you're taking, and when you can, check in with them so they know that you're okay. A lot of these, whether it's down here in South Florida or New Hampshire or wherever, a lot of these trails have trail angels, even up there in Ocala when I go visit a friend. And, they're very nice people. I'm going to start inquiring about how I can get into that. They'll give you water, they'll let you charge up your phone, things like that. They'll give you snacks, let you take a break, sit in some shade, and what have you. They will let you charge up your phone, because a lot of people don't leave their phone on because they want to save the battery life. Let's see, so that was 1, 2, and 3. The compass, the paper map, battery pack to keep your cell phone charged. I'm going to stop counting because I'm liable to lose count. That friends and family know where. Being that I'm a paddleboarder and a hiker, I'm going to use the same term for hiking as I do when I'm out on the water. Create a float plan. Like I said in the last comment, let them know where you're going, what route you're taking. So that way, if God forbid something happens, they can let the proper authorities know where you are, or at least your general location. And I can't stress this enough. You get lost, you get injured, which happens. Send out your distress. I know a lot of people use the Garmin that has a SOS button on the side. Hit that button if you need to, and stay put. Let me repeat that. Stay put. Because if you move around, it's going to make it harder for search and rescue to come find you. Hence, that's why I keep a first aid kit and a couple of my different hiking backpacks. That's my everyday backpack, by the way. I don't always use that for hiking. I have a lighter pack for that. That has a whole bunch of stuff in there. But, including other various self-defense protection things. Especially when you're going through a wildlife management area. You're going to want to have something a little bit more to protect yourself with. Keep a first aid kit with you. You never know what's going to happen. You might find yourself that you got a couple of ticks on them. On you. You could get those little tick tweezers so you can pull them off. ace bandages, band-aids, antiseptic spray, neosporin, gauze pads, splint, things like that that doesn't take up too much room, but you have enough to treat your injury until help arrives. So keep that first aid kit in your backpack, preferably in reach. You saw where mine was. I was able to reach that with no problem. My 3-day pack, I have one in there and it's up on top. So we went over the compass, the map, battery pack. Let your friends and family know where you're going. Leave them a map as well. And try whatever trail you pick, whatever route you chose, stay on that trail so that way if God forbid something happens and they don't hear from you in a couple of hours or a day or two, they can let search and rescue or whatever authority know where you were last, so they have a general location to look for you. The other thing I bring with me, especially if I know I'm going to be out for a couple of hours, I keep it in my deck pack that I bring with me when I'm either kayaking or paddleboard. Marine air horn. You're weak, you can't really blow the whistle to make sounds or whatever so they can hear you. When I tell you, when you squeeze the trigger on that air horn, that's going to go a lot further. You know, also keep something shiny with you so that way, you know, if they're trying to find you up in the air, you can flash a mirror or something. And if you're at night, you know, try to aim that mirror to the sky and use your flashlight to try to signal for help. They'll see that. Believe it or not, they will see that. So, you know, those are the only things. I'm drawing a blank on what else I can think of, but those are the things I have with me. Those are the things I would use. You know, especially if I'm by myself. So, I can't emphasize enough, always let somebody know the general area where you are, the compass, map, blah, 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 all of the things I've mentioned before. So, I'm going to leave it here, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Later. Bye.